here are two 750 SXI stand-ups that I'm working on. This is the one that I'm trying to complete, and this is the parts ski. What I'm doing is I had to pull the pump out because the housing was bad. Here's the old one. I could show you. So you can see. It doesn't even turn. It scrapes. So I'm taking that pump and putting it in this one, and I pulled the motor out of this one, and I'm just gonna change a few parts from this one to this one, such as this. This seal's bad. This housing, the drive shaft. As you can see, it was using salt water. You can see this used to be metal, and it's just crumbling. But the important part is these holes that it still holds the screw in there really tight, so that's all good. And I also have to my steering cable. I have to replace my steering cable. It's out, and I'm just gonna clean it up and try to make it nice. Pull the pump out of this one already. No pump. I have the pump in my garage. Here's the motor. I gotta clean that up. I'm gonna like replace this plate from the other ski. This one's pretty nasty. This motor runs, it's ready to go. So this is where I'm at. I pulled the steering cable, pushed it out through there. Remove the water box because this one's just too much corrosion on it. That one's a lot better. Pulled the E-box out. Now it's just a bunch of junk right now. Looks like crap, but I'm gonna vacuum all this up. Yeah, make it nice. Alright, so this is where I'm at. I installed the reverse cable, as you can see. I have the cable going on, and I'm gonna put the pump in and show you the difference. You see it moving freely? That's how it's supposed to be. And this pump is just messed up. The housing it got swole up. You hear it? That's bad. Got a bad housing. So here's underneath the jet ski. I got the pump in. I got the cable hooked up. I just got to hook it up in the handlebar, but everything's good. The pump's in. I just have to put the right plate on right now. So that's where I'm at. So what I'm doing now is I unbolt the motor, and I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm just gonna use some parts such as the motor mounts, the drive shaft housing and stuff out of this one and put in that one. So this is where I'm at. I have a problem because you see what's crumbling. This is supposed to be metal. You come here. That's what it's supposed to look like. But I'm gonna have to fix this, and I have a plan on how I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna try to get as much out as I can, and as you can see, it's hidden up here on the tray. So I need to inject some foam right here to make a seal so water doesn't go up there, because it's where the drag shaft is. I'll get water coming in, so I need to fix that. What I'm doing now is I'm swapping the motor mounts. I had bad ones in here, as you could see. It broke. That's what it's supposed to look like. Taking it out of this ski. So this is how the repair is looking. I put foam in there, it's still curing. I put the spacer, I put silicone, and then I gotta put more silicone. And then, where's my housing? My housing's down here. Just gonna go just like this. It's gonna go like that, but I mean, this should do. So here I finished putting the drive shaft housing and the drive shaft in. As you can see, big difference. Clean up the silicone that I applied around it. But I mean, should be good by now. I'm gonna still have to hook up the steering cable to the handle pole, and my throttle cable's busted right here, 2 pieces. But it's going good so far. I got the motor mounts in, the drive shaft housing in, everything in, fixed that, and yeah, it's going good so far. So I just wanted to show this real quick. This came out of the parts ski. I mean, check this out. Ugh. Look at all that. I don't even know what that is. So I just installed the cable. This was the hardest thing out of pulling the motor or doing the pump. I had to run it through here. The hardest part was getting it through here. I had to pull the tank out to even put the freaking cable in. It's really hard to do a cable if your steering cable goes out. Quick little update. I'm swapped the throttle cable, and I'm taking the thumb throttle from this one because this one, I don't know what's going on, but the cable is not the right cable for this one, and it doesn't want to come out. So I'm gonna stick with the thumb throttle on this one, and I had to run the cable. I really don't even know how I even did it. It was really hard. The throttle cable was a lot harder than a steering cable, but after I install this, I'm gonna put the purple padding from there, and I'm gonna slap the motor in there and start it up. So this is where I'm at. It's kind of getting dark slowly, but got the padding on, the throttle, cable on, the steering hooked up. It works good. Everything's ready to drop in. I gotta drop the motor in. I'm gonna put that in right now and just clean everything up, you know. It's coming out good so far. So motor's in. I'm really tired. I just dropped it in. I worked all day on this. I had to bolt everything down and just clean it up, and it's gonna be ready to go. So this is what I did. I did the throttle cable, the steering cable, changed this whole padding. Had to pull the motor out, put new motor mounts in it from that ski, pull the whole jet pump out, repair that drive shaft housing. It was all corroded in there, put foam, and I put clear silicone, and I mean, should be ready to go in a little bit. I'm going to tighten everything down and hook it up, and I'm going to take it out soon and see how it runs. So there it goes. Just got to clean it up and she'll be running. So here we are, after going to SBT. I got the cable installed because the other cable apparently wouldn't fit, and I'm just gonna use this throttle instead of the thumb one. So I ran the cable already through, everything's good. I just have to connect everything. The cable's right here. Gotta hook that up. Hook up the padding back up and the cover, and I'm gonna start it up here shortly. So here's the ski, and after installing the battery, the ski started right up. Here, I'm gonna show you how well it runs. So here's the ski. I have it in the water. I already tested it out and it runs really good. The repair that I did to the drive shaft housing, it's not leaking at all. I put the new throttle cable and everything, and I'm gonna go take it for a spin.